Okay, we installed the tap follower, and we'll bring that in here and line it up with the tap and get the spring to take over. And then we just start cranking on the tap, knowing that it's going to go in straight. Alright, we got ourselves 2 or 3 rotations there. I think that's plenty to be able to pull it back out and take this over to the vise and do it vertically, which is a lot easier. Okay. Youch, it's hot. This little 3-inch section, we're basically going to bore a hole all the way through it. So I come in with my center drill and go ahead and get myself a good center started. Come back in with whatever size this is, maybe a little under half or something like that. I think I'm going to slow this down just a little bit. Although, that might be too much. All right. It'll be a long, slow process cutting through this 8620. Back and forth. We'll save you the boring detail. 1.5 inches. Now for this, we're going to slow this baby way down. So this is going to take a little time, so I'll save you. Okay, we got the big hole drilled, and this thing is going to fit just about right. Now, it's got a little bit of slop in it, but you got to remember, it's a farm implement, which means it's going to get dirt and stuff like in there, so you don't want it to be too tight. You want it to be able to rotate. And so that looks pretty good. I think we're going to just live with that just about right. Now take this, turn it around. Whoa, it is hot. And the bottom edge, well, let's see what this is going to look like coming in. So we've got, oh, I don't know, a good inch in there. So what I have to do is I have to bore this hole out wide enough so that the washer will go in there without any problem. And that's, let's see what the washer looks like. So that's not too bad. And I think I might trim the washer down a bit because I really just need just enough to hold it in place when they lift it up, just so it doesn't fall out. And also need enough material here to weld to. So we'll go ahead and do that and set it up for the washer. Oops. I think the first thing we want to do is clean it out a little bit and put some dye in there so that we can mark our spot. So just a little wipe of dye will pretty much take care of that. And then put this the plug back in place and scribe it. Let's see if I can find something to scribe with. Probably could use a lathe bit. I don't see any reason why not. Well, because it won't reach. How about a Allen wrench? That should give us what we want. Yeah, that gives us a line right inside there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I can see it. And that's all that counts. We're going to get our light in here a little bit better so I can see the line. There it is. Okay. Get our boring bar in here. There we go. Now, looking for that line. There it is. Let's go ahead and measure it because I can't see it that well. And once again, it's not a real super accurate line. We're just trying to get in below we'll go just a little further below the plug so that the washer can rotate without it causing any trouble. All right. I think we can whip it out with that. And that might be a little fast. That might be a little slow. Well, one thing we got is a bouncy piece, so let's go ahead and fiddle with that until we come up with something that is a little more accurate. That's even worse. You know, it's an old chuck, so let's go the other way. There we go. That's pretty good. We're just going to kind of go in here as far as we can see. Actually, let's take a full cut. That's better. Then I can see it. I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and take a pass and just overrun it a little bit. That should do it. Now we're remembering that we're going to trim this washer down a bit, but I definitely want a decent seat for that washer, so we're going to take a bit more off. Alright, the washer fits now. I think we should just go with that. We got about 1/8 of an inch of a, well, actually, well, we'll trim the washer down. But there's plenty of meat right there to hold things together. So now what I want to do is chamfer square up the edge and chamfer these two edges here, and we'll be set to go. Almost made it. Okay, that piece is done. Let's turn this, take this out. Put our other side back in. Well, not back in, no, but clean it out. So this is going to go in there. That is going to sit above that. The washer will go in there, and I'm going to make that washer a little smaller. And I also am going to drill this hole out a little bit, and then the nut will go on top of the washer. In fact, let's just drill the hole out and get this thing finished. Okay, we're setting this washer up in our little south bin because it's, you know, sometimes it's just easier to do that. Well, and sometimes it's not. Let's tighten the drill bit up in there. That'll help. Got halfway. Okay, this is what we've got. There's the washer and the bolt in place, and basically what we've got is a hinge. You'll see that this part turns, and there's a little bit of slop there. I could have brought that in a little closer, but you know, as I said, it's farm equipment. You want to have as much slop and play as you can get. So now I'm going to go ahead and finish this other one off, and then we're going to take it apart. And what he wants is he wants to be able to index this at 22.5 degrees and 45 degrees. And so I'm going to drill a hole in here, and then cut some drill a hole in here, in here, and then cut some flats in the other piece, in the plug part, and thread a bolt into here so that we can do it at 22.5 and 45. So, but for today, it's time for lunch. Take this edge off.